Hello, boys and girls. It's Mrs. King, and it is Bible story time. I was thinking today while I was making videos and working on y'all's lessons that I miss you. I miss being at school with you. I miss your stories. I miss your giggles. And if we were at school, I would hug you, I would snuggle you, we would blow bubbles, we would play, we would sing, we would dance, we would do all of the fun things. But we're not at school, we're at home, and it's not quite the same. But while I was thinking about all of those things, I was also thinking of things that make me happy. And Bible story time makes me really happy. I really like reading the Bible story to you. I like reading it to you at school, but I also like reading it to you on the video. So I am going to be joyful and happy that I get to do that. So it's Bible story time. And when we last left our Bible story, or our Bible stories, it was Easter, and we had seen the Last Supper. We had seen Jesus go into the garden. We had seen him be betrayed and crucified, and we had seen him raise up from the dead. And so now we're in the part at the very end of the Bible where we're back to needing a little bit of help. And it turns out that we always need help from Jesus. We do. It's just the way it is. So this story is called God Sends Help, and it's about God sending some help for his friends. God sends help from the Pentecost, from Acts 1 through 5 and John 15. Jesus' friends and helpers huddled together in a stuffy room upstairs. Even though it was sunny outside, the shutters were closed, the door was locked. "Wait in Jerusalem," Jesus had told them. "I am going to send you a special present. God's power is going to come into you. God's Holy Spirit is coming." So here they were, waiting. Actually, what they were mostly doing was just being scared and hiding. You can't blame them. Their best friend had left. The important people and leaders were after them, and Jesus had given them a job. And they didn't know how to do it. As they waited, they were praying and remembering how, from the beginning, God had been working out his secret rescue plan. Look at this picture, boys and girls. It's kind of dark. The people don't look happy. His disciples and friends don't look like they're in a very good place. They look sad, like they need some help. Suddenly, a strong wind filled the little room, whistling through the walls, rustling the straw on the floor, and there, on everyone's head, shining in the gloom, were flickering flames, fire that didn't hurt or burn, and something more. Inside their hearts, they felt a strange heat, almost as if the coldness and hardness were melting away, as if their broken hearts were mending, and God was giving them brand new hearts that could work properly. How it had happened, they didn't know, but they knew that God's power had struck their hearts ablaze and that Jesus himself was coming alive inside of them. They had seen Jesus go away, but now he was closer than he had ever been, inside their hearts, and this time nothing could separate them. Jesus would always be there, with them, loving them, whispering the promise that would get rid of the poison and the terrible lie and the sickness in their hearts. God's wonderful promise to them: "You are my child, and I love you. Make your home in me as I make my home in you," Jesus had said. Could it be heaven was coming to their hearts? That's already a brighter picture, isn't it? And everyone's smiling. I always smile when I know that Jesus is in my heart too. They threw open the shutters and sunlight flooded their room. as love had flooded their hearts. And the little room was filled with happy noises, dancing feet, singing, and laughing. They unlocked the door and surged out into the streets as if they had never been afraid. Peter spoke in a loud voice so everyone could hear. "Jesus died for you," he said, "because he loves you. But God made him alive again. He has rescued you." People stopped and listened. The words sank down into the deep of their hearts and worked like a medicine that makes you well, like the antidote to a deadly poison, like the kiss that wakes you from a deep sleep. "Stop running away from God," Peter said. "Run to him instead, so he can love you and make you free." And Peter told them the wonderful story of God's love. God's never stopping, never giving up, unbreaking, always and forever love. How Jesus had come and all that had happened. Look at how happy they are. Look at the joyful faces, boys and girls. And the people over here, they really look like they're listening, and they look like they're happy too. There were lots of people from faraway countries in Jerusalem. They couldn't speak the same language, but as they listened to Peter, everyone could understand what he was saying in their own language. Many people believed and became Jesus' new friends and helpers, and the wonderful news of Jesus spread like the sparks from a fire to villages, towns, and cities. Every day, more and more people believed, and so it was that the family of God's children, his special people, grew. One man was watching. "I'll stop this," Saul said. But this was God's plan, and nothing in all the world would ever be able to stop it. There's Saul. He looks kind of cranky, but everybody else looks really happy. Okay, boys and girls, our next story next week will be about Saul. He's real crabby in this story. I hope that he is happier in the next. I miss you. I love you. Keep thinking about Jesus' love and God's love and how it is in your heart and how it makes you full and happy. And I will see you soon. Love you guys. Mwah!